Hey cocktail lovers, welcome to a home happy hour. I'm Val, and this is my partner in mixology,
Raj. How you doing?
So today we're going to dive into a drink that's really colorful and even better, 2 ingredients. Just 2 ingredients.
2. So this should be the easiest drink we ever made.
It should be the easiest drink we ever made. Yes.
Was
should be is the key here for the terminology. It's called the Garibaldi, but it's not just any cocktail. It actually has a lot to it.
I bet people would want to know
Probably.
where it comes from, the history behind it. I would like to know more about this uniquely frothy cocktail.
Especially because it comes from where?
Italy!
Right.
My mother country.
Your mother country, right, exactly. I'm over in Portugal. We're going to explore the origins of the Garibaldi, but we're also going to show you the history and a little bit about it, and of course a few tidbits about how to make it, and as easy as possible, and we'll go from there.
That's our way of doing things.
Well, anything that allows us to simplify things, right? But then of course, we know what the burning question is.
The burning question is, what does it taste like? Well, we're going to answer all these questions.
Promise?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Coming up, so you got to stay tuned. We will get all the answers to the Garibaldi. Please hit your like button and subscribe. It helps out the channel.
We love new drinks.
New drinks, feedback.
If you ever saw the number of drinks I text him on a daily basis,
It's beyond ridiculous.
It is beyond ridiculous.
It's beyond
And then
ridiculous.
we go, oh wait, didn't we find that one? But anyways, hit like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts. All right, so let's kick things off with a bit of Italian history.
Ooh, exciting.
Well, you know, we might as well be educational on so many levels, right? Because as G.I. Joe used to say, the more you know. G.I. Joe.
Wasn't that?
That was a cartoon when we were growing up. The fact that
No, I
just
think the more
pulled
you
it
know
up.
thing was like that star, like
Yeah. The
they
more
had
you
different
know.
stars
Yeah.
saying, celebrities saying.
But it was always at the end of the G.I. Joe.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I know that. Again, that random.
I know how.
That random information. So we're going to give you a little history lesson, but don't worry, it's going to be short and sweet. Let's kick this off with a bit of Italian history. As you can see, we have a little map of Italy right here. So this cocktail, the Garibaldi, is actually named after a hero, an Italian hero called Giuseppe Garibaldi. Have you ever heard of him?
Garibaldi was one of Italy's greatest heroes, known for his role in unifying the country during the 1800s. But what does a national hero like that have to do with a cocktail?
Well, the thing about that is Garibaldi was celebrated for bringing 2 parts of Italy together. The northern part of Italy and then the southern part of Italy. So the northern part, which is I believe where your family is from.
That's where they're
right?
from.
And then the southern part, which is where the other Italians are from.
The rest of the boot.
Right, the rest of the boot. Basically, this cocktail has 2 ingredients. It's all about unity. Garibaldi was celebrated because he unified northern Italy and southern Italy. And he does it by bringing these 2 unique flavors together.
From the north, where my family's from, you have Campari. This is a slightly bitter liquor that has a lot of botanicals in it. Mm-hmm. So it has complex flavor.
Mm-hmm.
The other ingredient is from the south. These are Sicilian blood oranges.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You can tell because they're kind of egg-shaped. You can't always tell from the color. Now this one is definitely got a red hue. This one has almost no red hue. It's completely orange. Mm-hmm. But they are both blood oranges, and they come in a variation of colors, inside and out.
So here we have 2 different types of orange. Your typical navel orange. And then these are the blood oranges. Let's go ahead and cut these open. So we'll start by cutting the navel orange. And as you can see, again, orange, right? It's that orangey color. And then we'll swap out this one off to the side. And then of course, here's the blood orange. And again, you can see, and it's not uncommon to have a kind of like a muddled look to it. Sometimes they're more red than a dark orange. With the first blood orange we cut open, it had those gradients, but this is really the color you're looking for a blood orange. You can't tell until you open it. At least you have an idea of what a navel orange looks like and a blood orange looks like. The recipe calls for blood oranges, but if you don't have blood oranges, you can use regular oranges. It's totally okay. We just want you to know what you're working with.
But they should at least have some flesh that's red
Right,
color.
exactly. You should know too that they're not always in
season.
So
this drink works completely perfectly with a navel orange.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to go for complete authenticity.
No.
If all you can get is regular Florida or California oranges, that will work.
It's just the fresh juice. We're doing Northern Italy and Southern Italy, the Campari and the blood orange, but you do you.
You do you.
Because the Garibaldi calls for so much fresh squeezed orange juice, an automatic juicer, so much easier. Just because you can make a lot more. So again, real simple. And you can if you don't have an automatic juicer, we have a couple other options. So we have what's called a reamer, right? And what you do with this is you just stick it right in the middle and you just exactly that. I'm gonna actually do it over my little juice thing here. There we go, okay. So again, yeah, just putting the reamer right in there and just doing that. So see how it just very nicely kind of gets in there. And again, it's just like if you have the motorized one. Just a little more work. So this is what your skin will look like. And then of course we have our favored, you guys see us use this all the time, our hand press. A little too big. So, hand press. Let's get this.
Still too big? No,
There
that's
we go.
good.
Right? Hand press. Exactly that. Remembering that the hand press gives us the oils from the skin of the citrus. And because I'm doing a regular orange, I'm just going to show you the different color. So exactly that, orange juice, right? So you can see it next to the blood orange juice. Now that we have our orange juice, our fresh squeezed orange juice, you have to froth the juice. So most expensive way would be a regular blender. If you have a blender, great.
Right.
If you don't have a blender, an immersion blender, a little hand blender is always helpful. If you are a coffee person, a milk frother, which ours is kind of cool because it's rechargeable. So you don't have to worry about getting caught up in any cords. And then of course the old-fashioned mason jar.
Or
Of course, if you have good old-fashioned bar shaker. Today we're going to use the milk frother because somebody has an addiction to lattes and just so happens to have one sitting on his kitchen counter.
they're
But-
important.
Well, for some people, yes. For the rest of us who just drink coffee. So we're going to take our measuring glass and we'll pour some of the fresh juice in here. This is the fun part. So 1.5 ounces of Campari. It's beautiful, fresh squeezed. When you mix these two together, you're actually telling a story. It's a drink that tells a story of unity.
And here it is, the Garibaldi.
Look at that color.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is. It kind of almost reminds me of a tiki drink.
So this drink is simple, 2 ingredients, but it has a profound story behind it.
It does. I think that's what we enjoy about when we find certain drinks, that there is a little history behind it.
Every drink has a story.
Every drink has a story. Even if we don't know what the story is, it still has a story, right? It's just kind of appreciating it a little bit more. So here's to Unified Italy. Salud.
Salud.
Might want to mix it a little bit.
I think I won't be able to drink it with this in there. Okay, I probably should have stirred it. Because all I'm getting is the
Ice.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
And we want some of the Campari.
Zuzu! Hi.
Hi, baby.
Yes. So Zuzu's a little sad because her brother's not here today.
No, he's at daycare. Okay.
Yeah, when you stir it a little bit, it gets the flavors kind of melted. Yep, definitely a better flavor. So I think one of the things you notice, especially if you don't stir it, but when you stir it, I think it starts with the orange and then it kind of goes down with the Campari. It has that complexity. So you look at it and you're like, some red liquor, right? But
and if you taste it by itself,
oh, it's terrible. But there are people who drink it by itself, and we applaud them.
Not us.
Not us. Not us at all. I'm sorry I'm making noise, but I'm trying to get to the bottom because the Campari is all sitting on the bottom.
Yeah, yours is... Maybe I stirred mine better.
Well, yeah.
So I think I had better luck going up and down like that.
I know, see the things you learn by watching our YouTube channel. The Campari has complexity. And depending on what you're tasting...
But it's a bitter drink.
But it's
But this drink isn't.
No.
Because the sweetness of the orange juice
right.
definitely counteracts it. You need the two of them together.
Absolutely.
It kind of fits that the story behind it, we don't know if it's actually true, but if the story behind it is true, it fits. Because by themselves, neither of them is great. The Campari brings out the sweetness from the orange juice.
Right, and vice versa.
It's an extremely balanced drink.
Yeah, yep. You know, we were good. We garnished today.
We did, with pretty garnishes.
Yep.
That's all thanks to Val.
Because somebody doesn't know how to
work a peeler.
Work a peeler, but that's okay.
They have a name for that, you know.
It's called a peeler.
No, there's a new thing, a new definition of some word, and I can't think of it. Maybe if I find it, I'll put it up here. But apparently, there's a word for men who purposefully aren't good at things so that their significant other will do those things.
Lazy. There's that's it. Lazy.
No, because it's not just lazy. It's I'm going to screw this up so that she'll never ask me to do this thing again. Guilty. Guess who's never gonna have to peel orange or lemon peels to make a garnish ever again?
Yeah, it doesn't help that you don't make the face side.
That was my whole problem. I should have filmed it when she was peeling it. There's an intensity. I don't even know. Did the tongue come out?
Probably. It probably did. Probably did. When I get hyper focused on things, it just goes right out the window.
It happens.
So,
it happens.
This drink is definitely a great blend of two different flavors that really are so much more than two flavors, because I think you do get a little of the bitterness from the Campari, sometimes towards the back of the
it's definitely flavor, there.
But it's not.
But there's a balance between the two. It's a warm weather drink to me. This would be refreshing.
Are spring, summer.
like out at a barbecue. I don't think that I'd really like this if there was snow on the ground.
No.
Our first test of this drink, we didn't have the blood oranges.
No, we did not.
And we used just navel oranges, and it came out perfect.
Right. But I definitely think, again, if you use the blood oranges, what you'll notice...
There's a little more complexity.
Exactly.
Like the bitter notes that play with the bitter notes of the Campari, it almost makes it a more mature drink.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Where when we first tasted it, I could see any of our friends loving it.
Right.
Right? But it was sweeter.
Yes.
As you drink it with the garnish in there, you get the
Don't
smell
break your eye
of
out.
the orange peel. I really like that. I think that with the blood orange in particular, you need that hit of like citrus orange to really tell your taste buds that there's orange here.
Right. If you don't mix it right, you will taste it. You will get that bitterness.
Right. The other good thing about this is it's 2 ingredients. It's almost a 3-to-1 ratio, okay, of orange juice Campari. But you can change those ratios. If Campari is not your thing, or if you wanted this to be more effervescent, you could put a splash of club soda,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Or you want it sweeter, add more orange juice, right?
Right. We give you the basics. You go crazy. You do you.
So the frothing is the part that was a pain in the butt.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
But the froth actually is important because when you take those sips, especially the first ones, you want the air bubbles there to kind of burst on your palate. It expresses the orange juice to your taste buds before the Campari comes in and washes it away with bitterness.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, as silly as it sounds, 2 ingredients, you need a lot more effort than you think.
Yeah.
Because you want the air bubbles in that drink. Now, as they've sat here and we've stirred and things, those air bubbles have lessened. And I noticed that the drink is more stringent. It's more tart. Right?
Yep.
Because you don't have the bubbles smoothing out the flavor.
Because he's taking forever to drink it. Just saying.
Anyway.
But the other thing I will say too is, we used our little garnish sticks. You can use a bar spoon to mix so you get everything in there.
But it's pretty with the gradation from the orange juice down to the
but I'm
Campari.
saying when you're ready to drink it, you don't have to use a toothpick. You can use a bar spoon.
Put your hand over it and shake
it up, right? Exactly. Yeah, no, don't do that because that will be very bad. We hope you enjoyed your little trip to Italy and this beautiful unified drink. A little bit of northern Italy, a little bit of southern Italy. We say cheers to Giuseppe Garibaldi.
To Giuseppe.
See you next time.
So don't forget to hit that like button. If you don't want to miss any of our future videos, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll know when we put out a new video.
Absolutely. Let us know your feedback if you ended up trying the Garibaldi. If you played around with the measurements, we'd love to hear your feedback. And next time on Home Happy Hour, we will dive into something else just as intriguing. So, hope to see you next week. And until then, salud.
Salud.